Hi guys, I'm Jenna. I'm a physiotherapist here at LeBreton Wellness, and I'm going to take you through some hip mobility today. It's a lot of groundwork and it might be a bit much on the hips, so you can always find some alternative options, which I'll go over with you. So we're going to start in 90-90, which is a great movement for opening up our hips. So you sit down, you try and get both bum cheeks on the ground, which might not happen, and then you try and create a 90-degree angle at the front knee and a 90-degree angle at the back knee, and some space like you fit a square here. That'll be our starting point. If that's too much, you can put a block under your bum, or you can bring your legs in a bit closer, or use a stick to kind of push you up straight. We're looking for an upright torso. So first thing we're going to do is some rotations. So you're just going to twist. I'm going to twist over my right leg and then back over. I'm going to do 5 of those. Breathing. Big, deep belly breath all the way down into the belly. Five. So then next, you're going to sit nice and tall. Create some tension in your arms. Twist towards that front leg. And bending through the hips, not rounding through the back. Leaning and folding through the hip. Come down as far as you can. Come back up. We're going to do 3 of these. And you can always do more or less repetitions depending how you feel. Okay, so now we're going to switch sides and repeat that same thing. So 90-degree angle at the front knee, 90-degree angle at the back knee. Trying to sit up as tall as you can. Again, you can have a stick in your hand. And we're going to do rotations over the front leg. We're going to do 5. And I'm just trying to get some extra rotation by pushing on the ground and pushing away with my knee. I'm trying to twist through my mid-back. So, kind of above the end of the rib cage. Get most of the rotation through there. My hips stay level. So next we're going to create some tension through our arms. Okay, we're going to lean forward. You can push your knee down to the ground from your hip. Tilting from the hips, not the back. And you can spend a couple seconds in the bottom if you want, but we're just moving in and out right now. You're using your own strength to get back up. Perfect. So now we're going to do some rotations. So you're going to put your feet wide of the hip width apart, and you're going to land in the 90-90. So I'm going to rotate, and I'm going to land in this 90-90 position again. And then I'm going to dig my heels into the ground, pull this knee up, reach forward, push my knees apart, and then rotate over. Okay, again, bring my right leg up, heels are in the ground, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up, pushing both legs apart, leaning forward, trying to get a neutral spine with my back, and rotating over. So we're going to do 4 more of these. Again, landing in 90-90. Try and bring that leg as far as you can. Push them apart, and then you bring the other leg over. So I'm just going to go there and back. And open up. And back. Alright, so now we're going to do some lift-offs and tap. We're just going to do 3 of these for that. So again, we're spending a lot of time in this position. It's normal that this kind of back hip cramps up. So if it does, bring it in or come out of it and move on. So up nice and tall, I'm going to lift my back heel off the ground first. So I'm twisting, trying to stay as upright as I can. I'm going to tap my front heel, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to put my knee down first and then my foot. And we're doing 3 of these, nice and slow. So I'm getting some rotation through my hip, and I'm doing it actively, so my body is doing it itself. Perfect. And then I'm going to switch sides. Back into 90-90 on the other side. Again, you'll see a bit better this time. Upright, trying to lift my heel off the ground first. Tap my front heel. Put my knee down, and then my foot. Up, tap, knee down. Okay, so now we are going to do a bit of trying to kind of get into a squat. So this is what we were kind of retesting squat. So at the beginning, we wanted to test out the squat, which I would have done initially before if you were coming in and we did some hip mobility to see how you did after. But now we will just test it out at the end and see how it feels and hopefully you've already done one in the beginning. So you're gonna push yourself up and then you're gonna go back down. So again, the positioning here is I'm in my 90-90. I bring both legs in a bit. So my heels are towards kind of my bum and my inner thigh. And then I'm pushing up through and back down. So we're gonna do 3 of those. 3. And then what I'm gonna do from here is come into the squat. So I bring one leg forward and then the other leg forward. And then I'm gonna go back down. And again, we'll try that one more time. Forward, one leg forward, other leg forward, down, and down. So now I'm gonna do that same thing on the other side. Up nice and tall, pushing up, going back down. So I'm just pushing up kind of through my shin bone and pushing my hips forward, and pushing up through the top of my foot on the other side. So 3, and now we're going to go in the squat. So bring the foot forward, try and keep torso upright, and then you go down and down. So again, up, foot forward, and then top foot underneath, and sit back. Okay, so now we're gonna do a bit of adductor work. So you're gonna be up on your feet like this. You're gonna rotate your left leg in towards your other foot. I'm gonna rotate in, and then I'm gonna put this leg at about a 45-degree angle from my torso. A 45-degree angle. And then I'm gonna rock into that leg. So I'm getting a nice stretch in my inner thigh adductor on my other side. I'm gonna do 5 of these. And I'm trying to keep my torso very upright. Perfect. From here, I'm going to straighten out this leg, go onto my back toes. This foot's flat on the ground. I'm gonna rock back and forth 5 times. I'm getting a nice stretch in the inside of my thigh on the leg that's straight. So we're kind of working on everything around the hips, hamstrings, quads, adductors. So now I'm gonna do the other side. So this time, I'm gonna sit up. I'm gonna tuck these toes kind of in towards my other leg. So swivel my leg foot in. Put this leg at a 45-degree angle and then lean in. And if that's not enough, you can bring it even on a bigger angle, maybe 60. I'm gonna do 5 leaning into this leg now. Okay, and then I'm gonna put this knee over here now. Put the foot facing away from me, so my toes are facing away. I'm gonna rock back into my heels and my toes 5 times on this side. 3, 4, 5. Awesome. So we did a lot of active kind of mobility work there, and now we're gonna try and do some kind of strength, a bigger, more strengthening exercise to help loosen us up even more and get us into those positions using our own kind of strength. So I'm gonna lean, send my hips back, bend into my right leg, keeping my torso up, and then stand up. On the side, I send my hips back first like I'm doing a squat. My feet are very wide, double the width of a squat. Send my hips back, bend my knee, sink into that leg, try to keep my torso up, stand up. So we're gonna do 4 more per leg. Trying to get as low as you can. My feet are both flat on the ground. So 2 more per side. Awesome. So we're gonna go 2 more things. So now we're gonna do 5 wall-facing squats. You're gonna come to the wall. Place your hands up in front of you. Okay, and you might have to go farther away from the wall, but we're gonna squat down and push our knees out and see how far we can get. So the idea here is that it forces you to keep nice and upright. So if I felt like I couldn't do that without my hands being pressed against the wall, I might move back a bit. And I'm pushing my knees out and my foot is flat on the ground. And if that feels pretty good, I might step back in for 2 more. Pushing my knees out, big toe on the ground. So 5 wall-facing squats. Then we're just gonna work a bit on the front of our hip here. So depending on how that challenging that felt, that might be something you need to work on is your squat or your mid-back, because that's very affected there. So you have a couple options here. You keep the front leg down, knees against the wall. I'm trying to stretch our hip flexor. So if you already feel a big stretch in the front of your hip here, stay here. If not, bring this leg up. You want to keep pushing your hips forward. And we're going to do 5 pelvic tilts. So I'm just going to push my hip forward and squeeze my bum and hold for 2 seconds, and then relax. I'm going to do 5. So I'm just squeezing my glute on this side, holding for 2 seconds, and relaxing. Do 2 more. And the goal is to be able to get all the way upright, much more upright than me, and still be able to turn on that glute in that position. Switch sides now. Again, knee all the way back against the wall. You can stay in this position here, pushing it forward, squeezing glutes. Or if you can, you're going to come up here. Again, you want your hips forward, so I don't want your butt back and your torso forward. I want either your hips forward and your torso up, or still hips forward and more upright, but not bent forward torso. And squeeze the bum on the back leg now and hold for 2 seconds. I'm doing 5 of those. You should feel a more intensified stretch in the front of the hip on the side that you're squeezing that glute. Good. Okay. So, last thing we're going to do is just go back into squat position now. So ideally, we would have tested your squat at the front beginning, and I would have made you do like a 5-second hold in the bottom, but now you're just retesting and seeing how easy it is to hold this position or how much better it feels. And you can do a few reps. See if it's easier to get your torso more vertical, your bum a bit lower, while maintaining good positioning. All right, that's all for today, guys.